Hi, this is Dirks, co-author of the book, The New Marketing Analytics. Thanks for joining me for this segment. Today I want to talk a little bit about business model disruption. Now, there's been a lot of work and study done in the last couple of decades on business model disruption. And, we've learned a lot about it. Like we've learned that it seems that business model disruption or disruption continues to accelerate at a fairly fast rate. Especially as more and more products and services become commoditized. The motto or the mantra, it seems today in a lot of, especially in the e-commerce world, is faster, better, and cheaper. How do we help folks find or customers find their products faster? To find more information about those products on a faster basis? How do we get them to actually make the purchase transaction faster? And how do we make it such that we have a price advantage to enough of an extent to get the consumer to say, yes, I'll buy it? So, we have all of these things like people going to, for example, Best Buy with their smartphones and being able to compare in Best Buy to what maybe another electronics or an e-commerce site might offer for a TV. And being able to, in the store, be able to kind of use the store as nothing more as a reference point and maybe a product information point as opposed to the point where they might ultimately buy. Now, of course, Best Buy has done a pretty good job of addressing that in terms of its price matching policy and some other things that it's done in terms of services. But at the end of the day, it's down to, a faster, better, and cheaper business model. Deliver it, build it, price it faster, better, and cheaper. So, what does that mean? Well, listen, you take a business model like Amazon, probably, which is the epitome of the faster, better, and cheaper business model. You go on Amazon, you can find a product fairly easily, fairly quickly by typing it in. You can go through and review different types of product opportunities. You can read reviews on them within the same step. You can get basically unbiased views, or for the most part unbiased views from people who've actually purchased the product. And of course, you can purchase the product with their one click, click it and it's on its way pretty quickly as well. So within a matter of seconds, you can make any kind of purchase decision that you want. The other thing to notice, obviously, about Amazon, and many of us know that, is when they started out, they were just about books. Well, now you can buy, obviously everything up through and beyond groceries. So you can buy your washer on there. You can buy your a generator. If you want to buy a generator, you can buy anything just about. And eventually, I don't think that's ever going to stop. So the disruption in services in terms of businesses of all sizes being able to compete tends to be a real challenge for business managers and business leaders today. I get that part. So what do you have left if you're in a business and your competition is commoditizing your products or your services? What can you do? Well, I have to tell you, the answer to that might lie in what you see in terms of what Uber has done. Now, Uber, a very disruptive service to the taxi industry, which is a highly regulated, you either get in a taxi or you don't. You have to be licensed to have a taxi. To be able to operate a taxi in any city, and and there are certain surcharges and charges, and it's all pretty well boom boom boom. But Uber came along and said, hey, we'll create this business model that will allow us to offer a faster, better, cheaper. But they have one other advantage that also Amazon has in their business model that the taxi cabs don't. I'll give you an example. You hail a cab, you get in the cab, and listen, most times you generally get good service, right? You take your cab ride. You get to your destination, you pay the cabbie, you get out of the cab, he drives off or she drives off, and they find another fare. What happened? Well, the problem with the traditional taxi service business model is that it worked great while it was highly regulated and it was a monopoly, but the problem is Uber came along and said, hey, not only are we going to offer faster, better, cheaper, but we're going to be able to collect data. We now have data. So a taxi cab, a traditional taxi cab, has somebody that uses their service and they never know who they are. They never see them again, maybe. I mean, it's possible they could give them a business card and say, as some have done with me, hey, call me if you need a ride back, or I can come back in 2 hours or at a certain time. But generally, I'd say 98 or 99% of the transactions are one-way transactions. You get in the cab, you get to your destination, you pay the cabbie, and you're gone. And the cabbie and the cab business collects no information on you, nothing, zero. They don't know who you are, they don't know where you live, they don't know anything about you. They may or may not. The chances of them getting you repeat business are slim to none. Uber, hey, Uber knows who you are because you're their customer. It doesn't matter what city you're in, but they're still able to understand, your patterns, what you like, what you don't like, what your service recommendations are. They can obviously collect specific feedback on any of their drivers. So at least Uber knows who you are, and they're able to continually to market to you and to be able to innovate within their ecosystem, because you know what? They know who you are. They know you're going to use them again, and it doesn't matter where you are. That's their advantage. They have the data. They have the ability going forward to be able to much better serve you, market to you, make sure that they can keep you, and make sure that, as they add more ancillary services. I mean, today Uber is about cabs, but maybe there's other services that they'll add on, or other disruptive areas that they'll find that will be opportunities to market back to you, because you want that faster, better, cheaper. But you also want that little bit of coddling that they can give you, because A, they know who you are. I mean, you're a customer of Uber. So at the end of the day, I think it's really important that in this particular segment, you understand that if you have a business model that isn't capturing everything about your customers and everything about the people that visit your website, and everybody that visits your social media who's leaving data or leaving comments, and if you don't have any of those structures built into your business model where you can collect information from prospects and from people who are not customers, and then get more data from the customer base that you have, I have to tell you, I don't know there's not much left in the engine for you. There really isn't. I don't know what what you're going to be able to do, because you're in a situation where you're not collecting enough data about the people that buy your products and services now. That's a big thing. So anyway, this is Dave Dirks again. Thanks for joining me. Again, The New Marketing Analytics is the book that Frank Ketchline, my co-author, and I wrote. Highly recommended, of course. And you can get it at Amazon.com and a bookstore near you. And we appreciate your time, and have a great day.